Hello, welcome to my channel today. My name is Tina Oje. I'm going to be recommending some of the books I have read that shaped my life, that have helped me over the years, that have molded me and given me the perspective of how I look at things. I'm going to be sharing those books with you, and you could check out any of the books. Some of them are you can get them online, some you can get them in a bookstore. So I'm going to be sharing those books I have read with you. So the first book I'm going to be sharing with you today is Why You Act the Way You Do by T.
Lahiri.
Lahiri. That book really changed my life. You know, at some point when I was really struggling with my personality, I was wondering why my sister was behaving the way she was behaving, because a lot of people liked my sister so much. Everybody was talking about my sister, peace this, peace that. I felt really out of place. I felt not loved. I felt withdrawn, and I was trying to analyze why I was behaving the way I was behaving. That is when I read this book, Why You Act the Way You Do. So this book will tell you about the personality trait, the sanguine, the melancholy, the different personality traits, and those personality traits determine how you act and how you would react to things in life. So I'll recommend this book for you. You need to read this book to know your personality trait. And once you read this book, it will help you to understand other people. You will not be very quick to judge people. If you read this book, you can tell, oh, this is why this person is behaving like this. This is why this person is behaving like this. So it reduces the way you judge people. So I recommend this book. Second book I'll recommend to you is The 10 Commandments of Dating by Ben Young and Samuel Adams. Well, if you're a young person, if you're started dating, or you're about to start dating, you're an adolescent. In short, even if you're in your dating phase, okay, as a young person, please, I recommend that you read this book, The 10 Commandments of Dating by Ben Young and Samuel Adams. We have the 10 Commandments. One, thou shalt take it slow. Please, I recommend that book because it really changed my life. Okay, that should be equally yoked. It talks about compatibility. It talks about sex. It talks about everything you need to know once you are starting a relationship or once you start dating. It talks about the different relationship stages and all of that. So I recommend that book to you. The next book I've read that I'll recommend you read is The Power of Attitude by John C. Maxwell. Well, one thing you should understand is that attitude is everything. Like, you need to understand how strong attitude can take you in life. Attitude can make you die broke. You can be so talented, but if you have a very, hard or bad attitude, it can cost you a lot of things in life. So this book talks about the power of attitude. So I recommend you read that book too. The next book I have read that I think you should also read is Sassy, Single and Satisfied. Sassy, Single and Satisfied by
Michelle McKinney-Hammond.
Sassy, Single and Satisfied. This book is quite amazing. Well, this book basically is for girls, for young girls. If you're a young girl and you're still single, I recommend you read this book, Sassy, Single and Satisfied. For every young single girl, please go read out the book. So the next book I'm going to recommend by the same author, Michelle, is What to Do Until Love Finds You. What to Do Until Love Finds You. Oh, I'm using my front camera, so you can't really see it. What to Do Until Love Finds You. So I'll recommend you read this book. Okay, so the next book I'm going to recommend to you is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. This is a book that talks about the differences between a man and a woman, because one of the most difficult things in relationship is two different people, two different personalities coming together. Okay, I'm a woman. The way I think is different from the way a man thinks. What entices a man is different from what entices a woman. Okay, so these differences sometimes are the root causes of many of the issues we have in relationship. So this book tries to analyze those differences so that you would know the next time you get into a relationship, or when you're with a partner, you get married, you would know how a woman thinks, and it will help you to deal with them the way they are, so that you will know that both of you are not the same. So please, I recommend strongly that you read this book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus by John Gray. The next book I'm going to recommend to you is He's Not Just That Into You. He is not just that into you. Well, this book basically is for the ladies. From the name, you should know that this book is for the ladies. It helps you to know a guy who is into you and a guy who is not into you. So please read this book so that the next time you get into a relationship, you would know a man who means business. You will know someone who just came to have a good time or someone who wants to take you seriously. Next book I'm going to recommend is Difficult Conversation. Communication is so important in relationship, in marriages, in our day-to-day life. Communication is very important, and it's so difficult because there are a lot of elements that makes a good communication, and a lot of people do not know that. There are a lot of psychology. When you're communicating with people, there are many factors that are important, and many of us do not know how to communicate. So this book is sort of, trying to analyze or teach people how to have those difficult conversations in relationship, in marriages. So the name of the book is Difficult Conversation: How to Discuss What Matters by Douglas Stone and Bruce Part. So I'm going to put the name there so that I don't know if I'm calling the names correctly. I'm going to put the names there so that you can go check them out. So the next book I have read that I'll recommend that you should also go check out is Love and Respect: What I Wish I Knew Before Marriage. From the name, I know you'll be running to go get that book. No one goes into marriage with the intention of having a bad marriage or getting a bad divorce. I don't think there's anyone. But sometimes because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of basic things, because of ignorance, we use our own hands to kill our own marriages. Or sometimes because of ignorance, we get into the wrong marriage with the wrong people. And at the end of the day, we start regretting and start blaming the devil. So the best time to learn about marriage is when you're still single. Let no one deceive you to say that, because people keep saying that, yes, marriage is a school you never graduate, but it doesn't mean that you don't go in there with some basic knowledge. Just like a doctor would go to school before he becomes a doctor, you need those preliminary knowledge that will help you to have a good marriage. The learning never ends, but you still need that foundation. So please, I recommend this book, Love and Respect. I'm going to put the name and the author on the screen so it will be easier for you to check it out. The next book I'm going to recommend that I've read that I recommend to you is 7 Habits of Uncommon Achievers by Kate McVeigh. Why can't I call people's name correctly? So I'm going to put the name, I'm going to put it there on the screen so that you're going to see it, okay? This one is for the men and for the women. If you're someone who wants to, you don't want to be the conventional kind of person, you want to be an achiever, you want to be successful, please read this book, 7 Habits of Uncommon Achievers by Kate McVeigh. I used just one day to finish reading this book, so it's not that bulky. The next book I'm going to recommend is The Power of Self-Confidence. I'm not done reading that book, The Power of Self-Confidence by Brian Tracy. Self-confidence is something that is so important for everyone. The reason why a lot of ladies find themselves in abusive marriages, in abusive relationships, and in toxic relationships, and they are unable to walk away is because of they have low self-confidence. If you have a healthy self-esteem, you will not be in a place where you're not treated right. You will walk away because you know that you deserve more. But you're still going to be in a toxic association, a toxic relationship, because you don't even have self-confidence. The next book I've read that I'll recommend to you is The Richest Man in Babylon. This is for people who want to be billionaires. And Deal Breakers: When to Work on a Relationship and When to Walk Away by Dr. Bethany Marshall. This book, you need to read it. Okay, another book I'm going to recommend to you is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. These are some of the books, and please, this is not all. Let me show you another book. So this is one of the books. Oh, my camera is upside down. I'm using my front camera. So this is the book I'm currently reading. This book is so amazing. And this is the book I'm currently... Oh, I didn't list one book. The Purpose-Driven Life. The Purpose-Driven Life. This is basically is a Christian author. So basically the books I'm recommending here are most of them are Christian authors. Most of them, not all. Most of them are Christian authors. But me, I don't see anything wrong with reading a book, whether it's a Christian author. The most important thing is picking out the principles, picking out the important things, okay, that are embedded in the books. And so I'm currently reading this book that's called, by John C. Maxwell, 3 Things Successful People Do. This book is amazing. I'm currently reading this book. I'm not done with it. The reason why I took my time to read this book because I'm making sure that I document and I jot down everything that I'm reading. So these are some of the books I've read. These are not all the books, and these are just some of the books I've read that I'm recommending for you. This is The Husband Within. Oh, it's still upside down. I thought it wasn't upside down. The Husband Within. John C. Maxwell, 3 Things Successful People Do, The Purpose-Driven Life. These are some of the books I have read that I can still remember. Oh, I forgot this other book, Sex, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. It talks about sex, the reason why sex was created. It talks about the bad sex. It talks about the ugly sex. And this book is so important. Look, even as a Christian or as a Muslim, as a religious person, it's also important for you to learn about sex before you get married. Because when it comes to marriage, 3 things are very important. You see money, you see children, you see sex. These are the 3 very important things in marriages: money, children, sex. So even as a Christian, okay, or a religious person, you can also read books that talks about sex, so that once you're getting married, you already have an idea of what you're up against. A lot of marriages are failed because of sex, okay? It's either one partner doesn't know what to do, or one partner is selfish, or one partner, so many of these issues. So I recommend that you read that book, or you read any of those books that I have read that I'm just recommending for you. It's not compulsory, but I just wanted to tell you some of the books I've read that I think you should also go check them out, because these books are really amazing. As time goes on, I'm going to do an updated version of this video to update you with some of the new books I have read again. So meanwhile, tell me some of the books you've read. If they're amazing, I could go check them out to myself, and other people can also go check them out. I'd like to see them. Please comment below and tell me some of the amazing books you have read that changed your life, that you feel that other people should also see those books. This is where I'm going to say thank you for being part of. This was not a show, but thank you for watching this video up till now. Please, if you watched this video up to this point, please subscribe. Okay, turn on the post notification button, because I've been going to be doing more nice videos about relationship, about lifestyle, personal development, business, and media. So please like, comment, and share if you can for other people to see. And most importantly, please, I would like you to share some of the books you've read, and I may go look and check them out. I love to read. I like to expand my knowledge. So I like to also hear those books so that I can go read. So I see you next time. Have a good time, and bye-bye. Don't forget, reading is very important, because most of the people who had bad marriages never planned for it. Sometimes ignorance, not be every time be juju. Some of the marriages that failed were as a result of the wrong decisions they took before marriage. Some were the wrong decisions they took while in marriage, and these decisions probably would have been avoided if they were well equipped with the right knowledge and the right people. Knowledge and wisdom is profitable to direct. Bye-bye. My name is Tina Oje, and this makeup was by me. I'm still learning how to make up, but I'm really happy how my makeup is going and how beautiful my makeup is becoming these days. It's making me really happy. Thank you for watching.
Congratulations, you got to the end. It means you will love other amazing videos that will be posted here. Please subscribe to watch.